Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of the Big Boy Basics. Today we're going over shoulder exercises. The best shoulder exercises for a full body split. Disclaimer as usual, just general recommendations, you do your own training, and this is more of a minimalist way to program shoulders, but I think you guys will get decent success. And again, there are a million different shoulder variations. So, lazy anatomy of the shoulder. Really, the shoulder is made up of three main parts we care about. You have the anterior deltoid, which means the front deltoid. You have the medial deltoid, which is the lateral. And then you have the posterior deltoid, which is the rear part of the shoulder. So there are three parts of the shoulder that we care about. Now, the shoulder functions in three main different ways. So basically, the anterior deltoid helps with shoulder flexion, which really means raising your arm. The medial deltoid helps with shoulder abduction, which is moving your arm out to the side. And then the posterior deltoid, the rear deltoid, helps with horizontal shoulder abduction, which basically means moving your arms apart horizontally. So with the shoulders, how are we going to train each of these functions? So let's start with the front delt, the anterior deltoid. And you know, of course, what we're going to do. We're going to do a pushing movement for this. And I bet you all can guess what exercise it's going to be. Yes, the barbell overhead press. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs, and then press overhead and don't hit your face. This is going to be the easiest shoulder exercise to progressive overload with when you're using those small micro plates your gym has on the barbell, which is why it's number one for me. You can do it seated, standing, I don't really care. Just make sure you keep track of whatever variation you are doing in your logbook. Now, if you find the barbell uncomfortable, you can do a dumbbell overhead press instead. I usually do these seated. Now, the dumbbell could be more comfortable on your wrists and shoulders since your shoulders will move more independently from one another, not really locking them in place together. So try this exercise out if the barbell bothers you. The only downside is progressive overload will be more difficult since you can't make smaller jumps in weight using the dumbbells. So you may need larger rep ranges to keep progressing smoothly. If you want a different variation, try the Arnold press. To be honest though, guys, I don't do these too much anymore, but if you want some more side delt activation in your pressing, the rotation of the Arnold press will hit that. You're bringing the weight in the front of your face, then rotating it upwards. Start light, get the form down before fully diving in on the Arnold press. Lastly, if you do want a calisthenic option, consider the wall-assisted handstand push-ups. This B-roll is going to be pathetic because I haven't practiced these in a long time. If you can't do these safely without smashing your face in the ground, maybe consider building up some shoulder strength first with weights. But when you can, just start out with the standard wall-assisted handstand push-up. Then as you progress farther, you can make it more difficult by adding a deficit using dumbbells to prop yourself up or some stands you might have at your gym. And that's all that you need for the front. Remember, in this program, you're also benching and incline benching, so your front delts are used 3 times a week, which is why you only have one shoulder pressing movement. Plus, rumor has it most lifters have overdeveloped front delts, so some love should be given to other parts of the heads on your shoulder. So for the side, the easiest exercise to overload is the upright row. Now, internet fitness has you scared into saying these things are dangerous, but find out for yourself and start light. I never had an issue doing them, but I generally stop with my elbows at shoulder height. Try moving the weight up without momentum, and you can always squeeze out a few chi reps at the end of your last set if you want some extra gains. Next is the dumbbell lateral raise. Start light, avoid cheating from your working sets, and you will generally need high rep ranges to progress in weight. Now you can do these out to the side. Some people like it more in a Y formation. You figure out where you feel it more in your shoulder and then stick with that variation for a while. The only thing the dumbbell doesn't offer is tension at the bottom, which is where the cable lateral raise comes in. You can do these leaning over like this, or you can do it in front of you or behind you. It doesn't matter, just focus on hitting the side delt. Personally, I prefer the cable over the dumbbell, but do what works for you. See guys, side delt training is very easy. Lastly, the rear delt. The easiest way to not cheat and progress on your rear delts is going to be the rear delt machine fly. The weight stack makes it easy to progress and you're locked in, making cheating minimal like you can easily do on a cable face pull. Now, the cable face pull is not a bad option and it is recommended, but be careful of heave-hoing the weight when you're trying to hit your rear delt. A new recent favorite of mine is cable pull-aparts instead. Similar motion to the rear delt machine, but you can get that extra range of motion since your hands can cross each other in the front using a dual cable setup, and there's still tension when you're in that front part. This hits my rear delts hard and it's been my recent staple. Last but not least, we have the rear delt dumbbell fly. These are not my favorite exercise, but you can still hit your rear delts with minimal equipment. You can do them bending over, or as I prefer, with my chest on the bench, which helps me prevent from rocking the weight up during my working sets. Now, how are we going to program all these exercises? So we have the 3 different heads, the front, the side, and the rear. So you're going to do 3 sets of each 3 times a week. So what I mean, for your front delt, you're going to pick one of these exercises for 3 sets a week. So pick the barbell overhead press. Let's say you want to work on some assisted handstand push-ups. You're going to pick one of these and then just do 3 sets of that 1 day a week. For your side, you're going to do one of those for 3 sets a week. So pick an upright row, the dumbbell lateral raise, or the cable lateral raise. And then for the rear, you're going to do the rear delt machine fly, the dumbbell fly, cable pull aparts, cable face pull, whatever. You're going to pick one of those and then do that for 3 sets a week as well. So your shoulders are getting hit for 9 total sets, but each one is getting 3 sets a week each for each head. So programming notes, you can smash your rear and side delts. I still recommend starting with 3 sets only. I mean, you can work your way up to 5 or 6, but start slow and then just milk those gains for as long as you can and then add one more set when those gains run out. I feel like you guys can still progress for a long time with only 3 weekly sets. If you do feel like you need more, then add 4, and then, you know, maybe a year later, add 5, then another year, add 6, whatever you got to do. So understand, if you want to save time in the gym as well, rear and side delt exercises are very easy to superset with other exercises. So you can really superset these and save time in the gym. They don't need their own specific slot, although that's how I traditionally train. I don't do too many supersets, but if you like that and like saving time, do that. Now you may notice I don't include front raises in this program. It's not really a bad exercise. It's just often redundant because you're already pressing. Like your front delts are going to get hit with your bench press. You're going to get hit with an incline press. So there's really no need to do a front raise. It's just kind of redundant. As I said earlier in the video, most people who work out have overdeveloped front delts anyways. So I really don't think it needs that much extra volume. So that's it for shoulder, guys. Very simple on a full body split. Next, we're going to go over the best tricep exercises, how you get some big, juicy triceps. Click on the playlist here if you're lost, and see you all in the next video. Peace.